Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kelsey, I'm your facilitator, and I want to welcome you to the West Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us and coming to see our schools tonight. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time throughout this session. Your camera and microphones are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is one of just multiple sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions or check them out after this session. This presentation will be recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. And now I would like to turn it over to our first presenter. Tonight we are starting with West Virginia Junior College.
Hi everyone, my name is Matt and I'm with West Virginia Junior College. I'm joined on this call by Stephanie in the chat. I want to let you know West Virginia Junior College has 3 campuses in the state. We are located in Charleston, Bridgeport, and we also have a campus in downtown Morgantown, right in the heart of WVU territory. For those of you that are interested in remote and virtual education, we do have an online campus as well. And we thought we'd start this evening by giving you a look at what's going on at some of our campuses. Maybe if we can get our video to work. So really 3 main things that we want you to know about West Virginia Junior College. From that video, you could see that we have a lot of programs that you could choose to study at WVJC. The majority of those programs are associate degree programs. Now, typically an associate degree takes 2 years to complete. However, at WVJC, if you pass your classes on time in the correct order in the right sequence, we can get you a 2-year degree in just 18 months. So you're talking 1.5 years, 18 months to have the skills and training to start a career and start earning a living. Second thing we want you to know about WVJC is the majority of those programs also have a 4-day school week. So our students typically really enjoy that long weekend that is part of their program with the 4-day school week. And then the third thing and most important thing to know about West Virginia Junior College is this. Once you earn one of our degrees, we now have an obligation and responsibility to help you start your career. We have a criteria that we must meet called placement, which means a certain percentage of our graduates have to work in the field that they studied in order for us to maintain our national accreditation. So for example, if you would earn our medical assisting degree, we would work with you one-on-one to find a hospital, doctor's office, clinic, some type of healthcare setting to try to help you launch your career. All right, speaking of the medical field, we do have nursing programs at our campuses. We have LPN and RN, and they are highly rated programs. The thing that makes them different than a nursing program at traditional four-year college is our program is direct admittance. So what does that mean? It means you're directly admitted. Okay, so if you're a high school senior and you're looking at a traditional four-year college, a lot of times those students can't go directly into nursing. They have to take 2 years of general classes, prerequisites, go through a process called pre-nursing. With us, if you have the right GPA out of high school, you get the right score on our entrance exam, the T's, and go through our admissions process, and we decide to accept you. The moment you step foot on our campus, you start taking our actual nursing classes, and the goal is to get you that fast track degree and have you working as soon as possible. Okay. Finally, WVJC, we do have quite a few opportunities still available in regards to scholarships. So you can see on the screen, there's a few scholarships that are available. One substantial scholarship is the Stephen A. Callan Memorial Scholarship. We do have one of those scholarships at each one of our campus locations, and that is a $10,000 scholarship. You can find info about all of our scholarships, all of our programs, and all of our classes at our website, which is wvjc.edu, or simply Google West Virginia Junior College. It will pop right up. There's numbers there. You can take our career test there, and you can contact our admissions reps who will be more than willing to help you. Thank you so much, and good luck with the rest of your school year.
Thank you so much, Matt. Next, we're going to go to Nova Southeastern College.
Thank you so much, Kelsey. Hello, everybody. My name is Julia Severance. I'm an admissions counselor at Nova Southeastern University. We are a private selective research institution here in sunny South Florida, which means a lot of our focus in our curriculum is based on getting research and that real life hands-on experience. Just to tell you a little bit about the basics of NSU, we actually have an entire class of 20,000 students. However, only 5,600 of them are actual undergraduate students. Because of our class size, we do have an average of 17, but I've seen up to 30 in a class and as little as 2. Diversity is one of our core values here at NSU. Not only do we have every single state represented on campus, but also 100 different countries. We are highly ranked not only on the Forbes Top America's Colleges, but US News as well, and we continue to rise up those ranks. Like I mentioned earlier, research is something we prioritize here at Nova, so we do have 225 research projects that happen every year. And lastly, throughout your 4 years here at NSU, you will have a dedicated career coach. I forgot to mention too, there is a QR code. Please feel free to scan it to start getting more information about Nova. We do have 50 different undergraduate degree programs that can be based as double majors, double minors, or even combined. We highly recommend having those conversations with those edge advisors and those career coaches. But as you can see, there's quite a few to offer. Next, I want to talk about an ocean of opportunities here at NSU. One thing that we do require for our undergraduate students is Excel units. And how you can get these are many different ways. They can be done through classes, they can be done through study abroad or travel study, and even internships on campus and off. Again, you can always utilize those resources that we talked about, not only with our career coach, but our internationals department. And also another way you can get Excel units is through research. We do have an oceanographic center that is just 30 minutes south of us here at our main campus in Fort Lauderdale. And a lot of anti-cancer coral reef restorations happen there at that location. Next, I want to talk about campus life and what there is to do at NSU. Not only do we have 17 NCAA Division II team sports, but we also have free tickets to the Miami Dolphin home games. We like to also tell students that you get shuttled to and from the home games to ensure the safety of everyone on our campus. And we do have over 120 different clubs and organizations, anywhere from Greek life, hobby-based, and career-focused oriented. We do have a really high student participation rate because it's super easy to get involved. Not only that, if you wanted to start your own club on campus, you could easily do so with just 6 other students and an advisor. So talking about location, again, we are very centrally located here in sunny South Florida. We are 15 minutes away from Fort Lauderdale Beach, 1 hour away from the Florida Keys, and 3 hours away from the second happiest place on the planet. NSU being the first, of course, and Disney being the second. Our average temperature is 77, so you'll see a lot of us wearing flip-flops year round. And we do have a lot of community service that happens on our beaches every year. That concludes my presentation. I did want to show off our social media because we are constantly updating that for our students. You can also be featured on our page if you use the hashtag FinsUpForNSU either in your story or Instagram page. And I highly recommend checking out our Facebook groups that we have established for admitted students so that you guys can start connecting with one another. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we are going to finish off with Verto Education.
Hi, yeah, thank you guys. Happy to be here. So my name is Lainey. I'm the Senior Associate Director of Admissions with Verto Education. I've been having some technical issues, but I think it should work now. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So Verto is something a little bit different than most of the colleges that everyone is probably learning about. We're kind of this happy medium between traditional college semesters and a gap year semester. So what we offer is freshman college semesters traveling abroad. So we have 6 separate locations. They are located in Europe, Latin America, the South Pacific, and we do have 1 domestic option in Hawaii as well. Yeah, it is taking a while to load. Sorry about that. Essentially with Verto, what you're getting is the college credits of traditional freshman college semesters, but the cultural immersion of traveling the world. So we have 3 main pillars for Verto. The first is the best first year of college. Second is admissions to a great fit school. That's where our partner colleges come into play. I'll talk about those in a sec. And then the third pillar is affordability. So obviously this is very important when looking at post-secondary options, whether you are looking at a 2-year college, 4-year college, or anything other than that. So the first pillar, the best first year of college, this really just goes into the personal and academic support of our semesters. So we really want to meet students where they're at. We're getting a lot of students from different walks of life in our semesters, which is pretty awesome. But as I mentioned before, we have 6 different locations. Those are going to look pretty different between our on-campus and our field semesters. So just depending on the type of student, what you're looking for. On-campus semesters are a lot more traditional. You're in big cities like London, Milan, and Madrid, and you're taking classes at international study centers. The field semesters, you're in Costa Rica, Australia, Fiji, New Zealand, and Hawaii. So very different. The field semesters are not traditional at all. We're moving around every month to a different location, staying with local families, homestays, and working side by side with local community members. You're always going to be with Verto students. You're in a Verto cohort being taught by our professors on those semesters. We also have program leaders that are in charge of doing all the fun extracurriculars. I kind of went through all those. So the admissions to a great fit school, this is pretty awesome. So when you're applying to Verto, you have the option to apply to any of our 50 plus universities that we partner with. So it's a free application for us, a free application for them. You do get a holistic review and expedited admissions decision as well. So you can see we've got schools all over the states. We even have some international as well. yeah, I mean, we're really hoping to get students into their reach schools. We do have some guaranteed acceptances to 25 of our partner colleges as well. So when you get accepted to Verto, if you do a semester or two with us, you are guaranteed to be able to transfer over and guaranteed an acceptance to these schools. So pretty awesome. You don't have to go to one of our partner schools to join us. You can go to any university. We'll make sure those credits will transfer over. Last but not least, affordability. We have a range of tuition depending on the location. So between 15 and 25,000. You can see some of these say sliding scales. So we do have opportunity grants, we have scholarships, and we do accept FAFSA as well. So a lot of things to help lower that tuition, but oftentimes students are finding that joining us is going to be a very affordable option. That tuition covers, all your food, all your lodging, all the excursions, and everything. So if you guys do have questions, don't hesitate to check out our website. We've got YouTube and Instagram as well. We actually have our semesters taking off this week. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, check out what our students are doing this spring in all those locations. Instagram is a great place to follow us. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. And now we're going to finish with our last school for the night, and that is West Liberty University.
Thank you very much, Kelsey. Hello, everyone. My name is Kyle Patrick. I am an admissions counselor at West Liberty University. And I think we can all agree that we'd rather be down where Nova Southeastern is right now, because this picture here is a good example of what our school has looked like, at least for the last month or so. Tons of snow and more today as well, but beautiful campus. We are located in the northern panhandle of West Virginia. So this is just a quick little rundown of everything that we offer here at West Liberty, kind of like our little bit of a fast fact sheet here. We are the safest college campus in the state of West Virginia, and we do have the highest four-year public graduation rate in the state as well. So basically all that means is, yes, our students are graduating, but more importantly, they're graduating on time. And we're even finding that a lot of our students are graduating early as well than the typical four-year graduation rate. Enrollment, we have about 2,500 students, but about only 1,800 of those are undergrad population. The rest is usually made up of early entrance students, and then about 500 to 600 graduate students that we have on our campus as well. More than 90% of our students receive some sort of financial aid, so that's huge. Whether it be the Promise Scholarship through the state of West Virginia, higher education grant, all that different kind of stuff, our students are receiving that kind of money. On top of that, we do give out over $6 million annually in our own institutional scholarships. And I'll bring up a scholarship chart and explain that a little bit more, but that's a huge amount of money that we're giving away to a small amount of students. Remember, as I said, we had about 1,800 undergraduate students, and that's who all that money is going to. Here at West Liberty, we are blessed to have over 70 undergraduate majors, and we do have over 50 student clubs and organizations. We are a Division II institution. And we do compete in the Mountain East Conference for our athletics. As I mentioned earlier, we are located in beautiful West Liberty, West Virginia, in the northern panhandle, about 10 minutes from Wheeling. And my favorite fun fact about West Liberty is we are the oldest institution in the state of West Virginia as well. We were founded even way before the state of West Virginia became a state. We were founded in 1837. West Virginia became a state in 1863. So it's a lot of history up on the hill. And as I mentioned, just a second ago, we do have a very unique location because we're so close to Pennsylvania. We're so close to Pittsburgh. We're so close to Ohio and Columbus. We're about an hour from Pittsburgh, 2 hours from Columbus. So it really helps our students, get some of those professional internships at the next level. Being able to be in a big city and get those opportunities is really, really unique for our students, and it leads to possible jobs for them as well when they graduate. But where we are located is some more of the central areas in West Virginia. We're about an hour from Morgantown, 2 hours from Parkersburg, about 3 hours or so from Charleston, and just under 4 hours over there to the Eastern Panhandle and the Martinsburg area as well. So we could be a pretty good drive for some of you if you're downstate, that's for sure. As I mentioned, we do have over 70 undergraduate programs here at West Liberty, and these are all the colleges that we offer our majors in. We do have a College of Arts and Communication. Our new popular major in that college is going to be art therapy as of right now. Very, very popular and one of the only ones in the state. Our College of Business seems to be getting more increasingly popular every year. We seem to get more students involved. They add more and more programs every year. A new one that's really taken off College of Business is cybersecurity. And that just seems to be a career that a lot of students are having no trouble finding jobs in at the moment. Our big one, another big one we have is College of Education. So we were founded way back in 1837. We were founded on College of Education. So this is our backbone, and we still remain a very strong education school to this day. College of Liberal Arts, that's where you're going to find your criminal justices, your Englishes, majors like that. College of Sciences and Health Sciences seems to be our most popular track right now. Our health sciences are taking over our college. Our dental hygiene program is nationally ranked. Our nursing program is nationally ranked. We have a physician's assistant program, all in our brand new sciences building that is breathtaking. So if you have a chance to come up on campus and check out that building, it is certainly worth it. So as I mentioned earlier, we do give out over $6 million annually in institutional scholarships. So this is just the private money that we give away to our students. And you can see there, it's going to vary all the way from $1,000 scholarship up to a full ride scholarship. And SAT, we just need either or, and the GPA to match it as well, and the dollar amount. And at that point, you do see on the right side that the out-of-state and in-state dollar scholarship money amount there's a big difference there. And then at that point, the in-state student is also getting the promised scholarship at this point as well. Our application is 100% free, 100% online. It's even easier to just pull out your smartphone, do it real quick. Just set up an application portal with us. It takes about 10 minutes to do, and you can apply. We are test optional for the fall of 2021, but however, we are still requiring test scores for scholarship consideration at this time. So we are a campus that relies heavily on campus activities, because we are in the middle of nowhere in West Virginia on top of a windy hill. So this big picture here, I love this, one of my favorite pictures we have of a huge event on campus. This is not uncommon on our campus. It is this year because of the pandemic, but this is a great sight to see. As I mentioned, we are Division II athletics. There's a list of our sports, your basic sports on the men's side, basic on the women's. Our newest sport we just added was acrobats and tumbling on the women's side. We are open for business. Our students are in class. They've been in class all school year, but we also want you to come up on campus. We're offering 3 tours a day. And we do have a list of virtual events coming up as well if you'd like to go in a little bit more detail and learn more about West Liberty University. And if you are already accepted, we have accepted student virtual events coming up as well. That's going to give you the next steps for student registration and orientation that is coming up in the summer. And as of right now, we are planning on having orientation on campus and having people on campus. Here's my contact information, and I'll drop these credentials in the chat as well. I know the connection has been kind of spotty, so if you missed out on something, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email is just kyle.patrick@westliberty.edu. And then again, please follow us on our social medias at Discover West Live. We're very active on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter mainly. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kyle. So now that we've heard from our schools and partner institutions, I'm going to ask each of our panelists a last question or two, just some last thoughts for you guys. So the first question, and you guys can go in any order, jump in. I know some people are having spotty internet, so if you can't answer, that's okay too, is what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? So one of you guys can kick it off.
I'll go. West Virginia Junior College, again, our programs are fast track. So you're talking 18 months for associate degree. So people graduate at different times throughout the course of the year. But when we are able to hold our graduation, it is a phenomenal experience. And it's great to see all those, graduates come together in one place and start pursuing careers. So that's a rewarding thing. When you can get all the graduating classes together for a big experience. We weren't able to do that this year with the COVID pandemic, but we're looking forward to doing it again in the near future.
Yeah, I'll go ahead next. West Liberty, one of the biggest thing is, I know it's a stereotypical response, but homecoming is so huge at our school. Just the chance to get alumni and everybody connected. And, the school does such a great job of making it not just that weekend with the football game involved. It's really becoming a week or even now a 2-week event where they really get the current students involved. And then on the actual football game day, all the old alumni come back and they have a huge party, and it's really, really fun event. Other than that, we are a huge basketball school, so the basketball games are always really fun to kind of get together, and you get the whole school in there, everybody, the whole campus population inside our little gym. It's a pretty fun experience.
I can speak next. One of the things that NOVA does every year is our Anything That Floats race. So students and clubs and organizations get together and try to build a boat or a raft out of anything that will float. And whoever gets to the fin, which is this big fin that moves in our lake, gets to it first, they get $2,000 for the organization to use however they want throughout the year. So it gets pretty competitive down in South Florida here. So.
Okay. The next question would be, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
The coolest thing for me this week has been being on these calls with the different colleges. I'm really entertained because West Liberty does have a great basketball team, but I think Nova Southeastern took their last coach. And so that's comical to me. But when you see all these institutions, I think a great piece of advice is really explore all your options. Certainly these great colleges, 4-year traditional colleges and everybody's cup of tea. Some people might want to pursue a different career in a quicker, and everybody's situation is different. So I think you need to be open-minded and really take a look at all your college opportunities, and certainly explore all your scholarship opportunities as well.
Yeah, I think Matt hit it right on the head there. I mean, I always tell every student that I wrap up with, and when they come on campus at West Liberty, is be aggressive in your college search. And what I mean by that is, obviously you're going to get all these people that are trying to weigh in on your college decision, but ultimately it's up to you. And if everybody in your family went to a small school, but you want to go to a big school, go out of your comfort zone, tour a big school, or everybody went big, you want to go small, just see what's out there, because there's a ton of different options. And as you've learned tonight, not only across our state, but across the country as well. And there's a ton of opportunities out there, but you just have to go looking for it. And I always tell every student, tour small, tour big, tour everything in between, and just keep touring until you find the right school. But because when you're on the campus, you'll know when you know what, the school that you want to pick. So
one piece of advice I would definitely give any student is make sure you ask a lot of questions, because although it might not seem exactly beneficial in the moment, sometimes those questions lead to conversations that you never would have expected that you would have had. So don't be afraid to ask questions, and a lot of questions too.
Okay, and we'll ask one last question before I wrap us up for the night. So can you give an interesting or fun fact about each of your schools?
I could take this one first. Unfortunately, I think I kind of rattled off most of them in my presentation, but one thing I just always love to talk about West Liberty is just the history that's up there. Like I mentioned, my favorite fact is that we're the oldest institution in the state, and that we're older than the state of West Virginia itself, founded in 1837. And you walk through our halls, and they have pictures that back in the day when they used to use horse buggies to come to campus on this dirt road. And John F. Kennedy stood on our campus and gave a speech. And there's just a ton of history. And I know everybody's seen those signs that says if these walls could talk, but it's really true up there, at least in our administration building, of all the old history and everything up there. So I know I didn't give anything new, but I kind of wasted all my fun facts in the present.
We are not quite as old as West Liberty. We don't necessarily have that history, but we're a lot older than people think. West Virginia Junior College has had some name changes over the years, but we're over 120 years old. Started in Charleston. Don't want to misquote it, but I believe 1892. And so the crazy thing to me is we started off with the education and skill training, that kind of thing. And now kind of like West Liberty, one of our most popular majors is cybersecurity. So very proud of all the medical and healthcare opportunities we have, and now branching into the business and cybersecurity as well.
Because of Nova's timeline from doctorate to master's to undergrad, we are vertically integrated in our academic system to where we can actually start offering high school seniors a spot in one of our graduate or professional programs here on campus with just an additional application that is free for students that are admitted into our university. And it's really a great opportunity for students who know exactly what they want to do in life and kind of get there as quickly as possible.
Thank you guys so much for just sharing some wisdom and extra facts about your schools and institutions. And with that being said, I'm going to wrap us up for the evening. So thank you all for joining us tonight. When you close out of this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey that we'd really appreciate any feedback you can provide. This was just one of many sessions being hosted, so please be sure to sign up for additional sessions or join our next session after this. In about a week, you'll be able to find the session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings. Thank you all so much. Thank you to our presenters, and I hope everyone has a wonderful and safe night. Thanks again.
Thank you.